So how's the weekend weather looking, Jesse?
It's looking a little messy, Cynthia.
Yeah.
It is going to be mild, though. You know what? It's a typical spring weekend. In fact, we ring in the very first day of spring next week on Thursday. It's right around the corner. There's a lot of temperature swings to get us to that day, and there's also a bit of wet weather. So we have widespread special weather statements. They now blanket all of southern Ontario. If you are under this region, you're looking at very strong winds and also some locally heavy rainfall. Also the risk of thunderstorms throughout this weekend. Now, the system, it originates from the state of Colorado, rather, so it's still well away from us. But as it pushes further into parts of the Great Lakes, it will pump in some very mild air. In fact, parts of southwestern Ontario, some of the warmest parts of the country right now, 19 degrees down towards Windsor, 11 right now in the city of Toronto. So we've been well above that seasonal average mark. We maintain that very mild air right through Saturday afternoon. Temperatures hitting the high teens across the Golden Horseshoe. Still mild for your Sunday, but then in comes some cooler air behind that Sunday late day. And by Monday morning, we're below that freezing mark. So I mentioned the temperature swings, right? That's going to be a theme heading forward. The next chance of seeing some active weather rolls in early tomorrow afternoon, but this is not the bulk of the system. The bulk of the system moves in Saturday overnight. If you have some evening plans on Saturday, you want to dress for maybe the possibility of some wet weather heading into the evening and overnight hours. There comes that heavier rainfall, potentially the risk of thunderstorms as well. Early Sunday morning. Sunday night, I mentioned the cool down. There's that signature. Yes, there's a little bit of wet flurries up towards cottage country, the traditional snow belts. We're not expecting heavy amounts of snow, but it is going to be heavy rainfall in some spots. Very strong winds. I mentioned gusts between 50 to about 70 or 80 kilometers per hour. They then shift northwesterly late day Sunday, which is why we get into that cooler air. There's a look at your rainfall amounts, generally 15 to 30, upwards of 40 millimeters of rain. I mentioned in comes some cooler air down to about 4 degrees on your Monday. Lots of sunshine, though. And then the next chance of seeing some temperature swings comes the middle of next week, heading into the first day of spring with a chance of showers.